So my name is Jaya Kolisetty, and I'm studying for a Master's of Business Administration, or an MBA, in the Geese College of Business. So I'm originally from the Chicagoland area. I lived in and around the city growing up, and then I came down here for undergrad and went away to Washington, D.C. for a master's degree in public policy with a concentration in women's studies, and then came back after my first master's and worked in the community at the local nonprofit Rape Crisis Center before starting the MBA and then joining the University of Illinois as a staff member. So growing up in the state of Illinois, I always heard great things about the University of Illinois. It was kind of, it's like the big place that a lot of folks in Illinois want to go. I also, coming from that kind of interest in working with people, was really passionate about the Gender and Women's Studies program here, which is where I got my start. So when I went away for my first master's, coming back, because this was kind of where my roots were, and being able to work in this community and now being able to work here on campus has been really incredible. So being part of this community is really meaningful. I think there's a lot of really incredible work that gets done in Champaign-Urbana, and that the university is a huge part of that. When I do have time, my husband and I love to take bike tours, so we're able to go on bike trips. We've been able to do that in a number of different places within the United States and even up in Canada. And so I think for a lot of people, the MBA seems like kind of an unusual step, but for me, working in the community at a nonprofit that was really impacted by the state not managing to come up with a budget, to pass a budget for around 2 years, I'm really seeing the toll that took, not only on the agency that I worked for, but on a lot of nonprofits. I became really interested in thinking about, well, how do we build more sustainable models? How do we think about taking these skills that a lot of folks in the for-profit side of work have access to, and think about how do we use those to better strengthen nonprofits, think about how some of those tools that we're learning, or I'm learning now in the MBA, apply to working within institutions that are there to provide support services for folks. So a lot of the work that I do, aside from providing educational programming, is direct support for individuals who've experienced sexual violence, domestic violence, stalking, or related concerns. And that's hard, right, for folks to come in and want to talk about those things, even if they are in need of support. So for me, one of the most important things is making sure that anyone who comes in to talk to me knows that the conversations that we have are confidential, and that they get to choose how much they share with me or how little they share with me. I've done a lot of work on prevention education, as well as work directly with survivors, especially related to sexual violence. And so being able to think about, like, how do we build more sustainable models to support folks who've had those experiences, and how do we work to try to change things, is really important to me. In terms of where I want to go next, I've been able to do a lot with my experience so far, and I'm interested in thinking about how do I then take it to the next level. If I'm in a position to be able to be the director either at a center on campus or in the community, making sure that any kind of organizational structure I'm putting in place is going to be rewarding for the employees that I supervise, and also is going to make sure that the services that are provided in the best and most accessible way.